It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the 49ers and the Bears. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that.
Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have a perfect game.
Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line. But I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Back to Montgomery on second down. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bears take over. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. On play action, Fields. He's got Mason complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Touchdown, 49ers! George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Fields. And this a quick slant to Lockett.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Now it's Fields.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Montgomery on the counter. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
More strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the give, this is Harris. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Oh, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the left hash, this from 39. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points. Not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down, Montgomery.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Here we go. Here we go.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's a 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw here. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. That's caught by Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Bears now ready to take over again. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is touchdown, Chicago! Damian Harris. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game.
Well, CD, you know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The return man, Wilson. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they
pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Javon Kinlaw just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll set up a throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
They'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. Now Montgomery. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a run with Montgomery. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
On 1st down, Fields.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off near the 44. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's got Smith here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Fields.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now. And this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on second and long.
Fields.
Open man right side is Kupp, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they will take the lead at 13-10.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Now it's Wilson.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
Alton Robinson.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
But when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We begin up at Gillette Stadium. Mike Vrabel's guys in town to take on his former team from his playing days, New England. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Russell Wilson with 3 touchdown passes. Let's stay in the AFC East and head a few states down to check on the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. Cam Akers, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Bears, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. That'll be caught. It's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4th down is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd down, this is Harris.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Off play action, Fields.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Whenever we're talking about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago!
Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front.
Circle that drive, because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes, because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he powers his way up past the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
Fields.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Play action. It's Fields.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Harris. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5.
Tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now Mason, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Ben Mason, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're going to look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Going deep for Montgomery. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown 49ers. Marquise Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And give him credit. He deserves it. But this is such a breakdown defensively. My goodness. From a pass rush perspective, you know that they got to be coming hard on 4th down trying to get to the quarterback. But from a coverage perspective, how do you not see that play developing? And it turns into a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Niners set to take over on offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. A 1st down and then some for Montgomery. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 63 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On third down, they go Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one. It'll be fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On second down now, it's Harris running right through him. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9, Fields. And this is incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Fields. That'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Here we go.
These guys certainly not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Fields. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the sign judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me to that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man, Wilson. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw here. That's caught by Montgomery. Montgomery hit, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Fields now to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
What was that, Russ?
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
Now left side on the swing pass. That catch good for only a couple. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A big play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Harris, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this